This is Coffee with the Kays, and this is not the right thing. You know, I'm going to leave that in there because the camera's rolling and the audio is not. So,
it's a blooper.
We're going to do take two, and I'm not even going to mess with the video. Alright, so
here we go.
People watching, this is the behind the scenes stuff. Alright, here we go.
The blooper reel.
Yeah. Welcome to Coffee with the Kays. This is episode 10, and we have a great episode for you guys.
Yay, 10.
There we go. Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
Drink.
Oh, sorry. I always forget that part.
You cannot do a toast and not drink.
It's every episode.
I think in some cities they run you out of town.
I think we need to just practice toasting with her more.
No, why? I like sip it first, then I toast.
Really good.
What are you drinking?
Gosh,
well, you
really
must
good.
tell us.
Yeah, so this is, where does it come from? Cuba. It's a Cuban espresso from my Nespresso machine, but I put a little bit of cream in there, and ooh, it's really good. I wasn't expecting that. That was good. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So you expected it to be bad?
Well, it just
That's terrible.
I don't know. I don't know. I think by the time I got situated, like I always make the coffee first, and then I get all the sound stuff hooked up, and I do the mic checks and everything, and then it's like, okay. Then by the time I sit down and I'm like, I hit record, I forgot what I made.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. So I think I was expecting something like really dark and rich. And I mean, it's espresso, so it's definitely
It is. It
rich,
looks like it's really nice layers down there.
Yeah, but it is. It's really
dark layer.
it's like that
Very
sip right
good.
there was like a perfect mix of cream and espresso. So it was good. So what are you drinking?
I believe this is Boyer's Southern Pecan.
Yes.
Yes, which tasted funny since I changed my order to peppermint cream.
Oh, somebody was not paying attention.
Well, you're not getting your money back, okay?
But so when I sipped it, that's why I said, "What is this?" And you said, "It's Southern Pecan," and I was like, "Okay, it tastes like Southern."
Oh, okay.
It's
then
very delicious.
You had to take a moment.
I had to take a moment.
Take a deep breath, and
it might have been the stuff on the
no
top.
stuff on the top. We just
still sore over that. Okay, come on.
That's why I brought it up.
It's a sore subject.
Yeah, there you go.
So what are you drinking, my dear?
Guatemalan, my favorite.
Yes.
Yes, from the evil empire of Starbucks. But they make good coffee. It's good coffee.
Yes, it's
you
not
guys
an
talk
evil
about
empire.
the evils of Starbucks.
There are things we like about Starbucks.
Yes,
it
there
is
are.
good.
You guys.
Yes, but we did.
It's not.
No.
See, you brought up the dust, and that just got me redlining. So now I'm about to fight you on everything. He's like, Starbucks is not there. Well, we're going there. Let's don't even get me going. You gotta start talking.
Well, what was funny was when you put our order in an hour ago and asked Dad what he wanted, he said
Nicaraguan.
And Josh is like panicking.
I'm like
going through all of this stuff. Nicaraguan.
I've got Ethiopian. I've got Sumatran. I've got Nicaragua.
I asked for a simple cup of coffee, man.
I know.
What's the problem?
No, that one time I had the Nicaraguan, that was like only in season. Like it was a certain, and it's the same thing with the Guatemalan.
Yes.
It's just that I haven't drank this as much. Like I think I make it for you every time, but I think you're the only one who's drinking it right now.
That's okay.
I've just been into the blends lately. I like the blends, and I like Boyer's. So Boyer's blends, they don't just have, the flavored blends, but they have like a Denver blend, and then they have one that's called Aspen Gold, and they're kind of blends of different ones. And
well, I think it's interesting with the blend concept because it's the same. Yeah, and I know you're thinking, oh yeah, you blend. Okay, and I knew you were gonna say
yeah, you blend.
Yeah.
That's it. I knew you were gonna say
as the Chinese
My Cousin Vinny,
food.
awesome video. Go check it out.
There's no Oscar in it for you, dear.
That's it. Oh man, but I read an article. I read lots of articles. I read too many articles, but I was reading about like with whiskey, how there's blends of different whiskey, and specifically like Canadian whiskey. A lot of times it's blended whiskey. And
so next week it's whiskey with the
Kays.
Kays.
Whiskey with the Kays.
That'd be an interesting podcast.
Yeah. I know, right? That's it. Feeling a little loose. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's okay. But that was it. It was
blends.
just this idea of blends because I think like we get hung up on a whole single source and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to coffee, knowing that where the coffee is sourced is extremely important, because that makes sure that the people that have worked hard to make the coffee, to grow the beans and roast. And well, it's not just the roasting is the easy part,
right? The growing,
it's the growing and maintaining and harvesting and all that stuff. It's to make sure that those people are getting paid for that. So that's why being single source and stuff is important. But the concept of the blends is not necessarily. I don't feel like I've changed my mind. Let me just say that I've changed my mind. That I don't feel like it's necessarily inferior to like a single origin roast. Because sometimes different regions, they have different flavors, and you could get some complexity. Well,
that's what Boyer's has some that are called mashups, and it is single origin, but it's different types of beans, and then they kind of put them together. Mm-hmm. But it is still from the same region.
It's good.
Yeah, so that's been new.
Cool.
All right.
So that's our coffee. Now,
coffee.
We should start off this episode by saying we went to Nashville, Tennessee. We had a great time.
He's going there right away.
Yeah. Well, I'm just bringing it up because if you guys follow us on social media, you'll see us. We're going to be posting things from our trip. One of the things that happened is we climbed a mountain.
We climbed a mountain. Climbed a mountain and we.
But there was coffee at the top of the mountain.
Everybody in Nashville is aerobically fit.
Well, at least downtown.
If you're not a tourist, you're aerobically fit.
Well, you have to understand. Josh will say, "There's this little coffee shop.
It's just down the road,
and it's just
it's
2 blocks."
Now, you guys need to be fair, okay? Because I did not start out the trip by offering coffee. I was thinking coffee. There were like 3 or 4 different places I wanted to go to, but I didn't say
because we were going to a cigar shop.
That was it.
Originally.
It was cigars and whiskey, and it was like okay, and everybody was excited about that. And then
until it was closed,
and we made the climb. That was
but the problem
Thank you very much.
When you look at the map and you go, oh, it's only 2 blocks, but it's straight uphill.
It was
2 blocks.
It was a very, very steep incline.
It was very steep, and it probably was only 2 blocks, but it was
only 2 blocks.
Oh my gosh!
And this was all to go to that cigar shop that said on the internet, on their website, that they were open.
Yes.
And so you figure, well, it's a climb. We know it's going to be, a little bit of workout, so we'll do it anyway. And you get there, and it's not open.
It wasn't open. No.
And it says the hours right on the door, and it's still not open.
I really do think it was part of an evil plan, because across the street
was the coffee place.
The coffee place.
Yes.
And it was conveniently.
I think it was.
Yeah.
That's not beyond Josh's grasp.
So I don't know. I can show this was our coffee in Nashville. I don't know.
Just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Ron Kaye's Music Instruction.
Did we print the coffee?
I haven't posted
sweating
yet.
in the coffee shop, and
you
guys.
So the great thing about the coffee shop is you could sit in the window on the side of this mountain and watch people trudging up it, and you feel great because you see you're not the only one suffering going up this road.
Then the people going down had smiles on their faces.
Yes, they did.
I mean, we're going down.
It was a lot easier.
Yes.
So the coffee place was called E Rose, and it was at the corner of Church Street and what was that? John Lewis Way. It's now John Lewis Way, and that's a recent thing. But it was very good coffee. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, it was good because we ordered something that they didn't have, so they gave us something better. Actually, they upgraded us to the. I guess it was iced espresso.
Good customer service.
They were very nice. Yeah. Yes, because
there was a vibe to it.
Yeah, it was nice.
There was definitely a vibe, but I loved we were all obviously we were hot and tired and stuff, but when we'd sit down, just being air conditioned was nice, but having this big glass wall there, and we could sit at the counter and you could kind of take in the city around.
It was was very nice. We enjoyed it.
You kind of feel like a gargoyle perched on something.
Yeah, that's right. Overlooking the city. Yeah. Well, because no joke, people. I mean, if you go into Nashville, you should go check it out. E Rose, they were very good to us, and we really enjoyed it.
Little shop.
But I mean, seriously, like it is at the top of a mountain, and like you can look down to Broadway from the bar. So I mean, it was cool, and
it's on the same street as the African American museum.
Yeah, music museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which next time we didn't
really
have time.
Need to hit that up. Yeah, I really want to see that.
Yes, we do too. We enjoyed our national. Are we going to just do that since we're talking about it? Then we'll come back to the Browns.
He doesn't pay attention to order, but
it's okay.
We're used to it.
Okay.
So we did
30 years of this by now. You kind of get that.
We didn't expressly agree on an order.
We didn't.
Threw the concepts out there.
Look back at the 2 seasons, right? It goes coffee, Browns, music.
I know, but there's been several times, even the last episode, where we didn't even talk about the Browns.
Yes,
so
goodness gracious.
We got burned out on the Browns.
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay.
Okay, so the Browns, since you brought it up, you transitioned us back to the Browns.
Did you see how skillfully I did that?
Awesome.
Oh, it was good.
High five.
Yeah.
So that was, the Browns have new uniforms this year.
Commemorating their 75th anniversary of the franchise. Which
1946.
Is really quite an accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And they look cool. I like them. I like the stripes. I like the helmets.
Well, and I saw somebody post the other day, and I thought it was good that they said something, because there were people that were saying that they were copying the Bengals.
Oh, get out of here!
Oh, I know. And then the guy answered him back, and I saw it. It was a tweet, and it started making the rounds. That was like they literally copied the uniform from 1946. That was before the Bengals were even a thing.
The Bengals copied the Browns.
Exactly.
So
let's get it straight.
Goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
But I like that clip they showed on the website of Jim Brown. I mean, I forget. I mean, I grew up with Jim Brown, watching him play, and he was always just inspiring to watch, because he mowed people over. They would see him coming, and they'd be going, I don't want to hit that guy, and he just bam, just blow him right away, man. And to him, it was like, you're in my way, get out of here, I mean, you watch it, it's just phenomenal, man. You don't see running backs like that today.
Nick Chubb.
When I was playing
Nick Chubb.
semi-pro football, we had a guy on our team, something like that philosophy. When you hit him, you paid.
Oh, boy.
I mean, he was hard to take down. Every time you hit him, it's like your bell gets rung, because he was just so forceful in everything he does. And they padded his ribs so he looked like a snowman. He didn't feel a thing, and he could run with that. But boy, man, he'd make you pay. Well, I'll hit him low, because he's he's going to go down, man. You get those knees.
Oh, goodness!
And it's like 2 sledgehammers coming at you. And that's what Jim Brown reminds me of, that, because he was just so. But actually, he's graceful too.
Yes.
I mean, he's spinning and doing all this ballet stuff.
He could jump.
He would hurdle guys and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen clips of him doing that. Well, and that was the thing, is like, and this is why I get excited about Chubb, coming back. And he looks like, when I watch Nick Chubb, his training videos and stuff like that, I mean, it's all lower body, that he's focusing on and stuff. But it's the similar concept that just the legs keep moving.
They do. They keep
so like
away.
there's times where it's like, okay, he's going down, and then no, he spins, and they're still going, and you know, and
gets a few more yards.
So
That's
did you like the new uniforms?
I did. I like the new uniforms.
It's kind of a classic.
It's a classic. I like the retro thing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I like the helmets.
The patch was cool.
Were kind of plain, but they had the numbers on the side, which I like that, because sometimes, honestly, you lose track. I'd be looking like, who is that? Who has that? And now you can kind of see it a little bit better. So I like that.
It's football for old people.
There you go. I love it. No, I liked it. I liked.
I want him to bring back the numbers on the helmets. I like that. I think that looks cool.
But it's we're very excited about football season starting. Everyone, all the podcasts talking about the Browns. There's, a lot of excitement. Yeah. So, we can't wait.
Yeah, they were rated third best.
Yeah, third. There was one of the, there was a team of NFL gurus, that experts and whatnot. They rated them as number 3 in the league. So
we're looking good. We have a lot.
Exciting.
We just hope that we don't have any serious injuries. Training camp is getting ready.
I felt this way when, after Baker's first season, and then he went and
they ripped everything up,
and they put Kitchens in there.
Yeah.
And you just got knifed. I mean, right in the heart, like, what? Oh, man, all my dreams, all my hopes, all my
the
aspirations for good football from Cleveland, and this might be the year. And then he just got gutted because that guy was just a mess.
Yeah.
Well, and we listened to some podcasts about the Browns on the way up to Nashville, and that's what they all talked about was that. And the great thing to me was that Baker came back.
Yeah.
And, he turned things around, and now...
Well, but it wasn't just him single-handedly doing that, but from what we understand, like, there was massive dysfunction in the whole organization.
Yeah, he had those fights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Practically
encouraging
was it the Giants or somebody that were playing it?
It was the Colts.
The Colts.
They had that.
Yeah, and
they had that joint
Kitchens was
practice.
like, "Oh, let them fight. That just shows that we're tough." No, it shows you're stupid.
Yeah.
And you don't know the rules of the game.
You don't know the rules exactly.
Yeah. Why don't you get your car and drive them over? I mean,
this isn't hockey, man.
Knives and bayonets only.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
I know. It was not. I think that Kitchens was that Peter principle, right? He was good at what he was doing before, and he just went way above where he was supposed to go. It was way above where he needed to go.
And then he compensated by getting all bravado.
Exactly.
And our team still just know we're tough because we fight.
Well, we saw Batain do the same thing.
Don't even mention
it.
Well, we're very excited. We're not looking back.
My ass has been raw ever since Batain. I just got to come out and say it, man. That guy really rubbed me the wrong way, and then Kitchens
and Farmer and all of them.
These guys.
It was all mess.
But now it looks like there's some common sense.
But here's the thing: I, in my lifetime, have never experienced this kind of a season because this is the kind of stuff like Patriots fans know this a lot because every year you get some new players. But generally speaking, there's a core of reliable people that are in charge, and you can trust that you're going to have a reliable season. And it's interesting and exciting to see the new things, but you're not freaking out that I don't have any clue what this year is going to look like, because we've got all new whatever. And this is the first time because we have, solid coaching staff, solid trainers and all of that, and solid, management. And everybody's bought into the system.
And they're building that camaraderie.
That's
that
it.
Sense of family among the team.
Absolutely.
Well, I like that.
Kitchens was the opposite.
Right.
He would tear that apart. And here I'm sure they were like, I've never experienced this before. This is new.
Well, I like that concept.
Oh, it's awesome.
And Stefanski, it's a big thing to him that they like each other, not just on the field, but off the field, and that they build relationships. And it's so much of what we believe in as teachers is building those relationships. Kids and adults learn better from somebody they like.
So Stefanski makes a good pirate?
Yes, there you go.
Teach like a pirate. Teach like a pirate.
Well, more like capturing kids' hearts. It's more like that.
Oh, yeah. That's the funny thing is, like, I remember last year.
These are educational books that teach us.
Yes.
And programs, but it's not a program, right? They tell you capturing kids' hearts is not a program. It's a program, but that's okay. So anyway, he does. He borrows from those concepts.
But he probably, I bet he reads or listens to podcasts on these different things because it is. We learn that relationships matter. They matter, and these guys, it's kind of fun seeing some of their kind of goofy videos. All the defensive line, and they're dancing and doing silly things, and they like each other, and then that really does build that team, and
it makes a difference.
It makes a difference. I'm excited.
The same principles as the Replacements.
Yes,
movie.
It is.
Right.
We just saw that the other day too, and I used to really think that was just a terrible movie, but it gets better.
Piano, but
but it really is kind of corny, but it's kind of good, and it's fun. So
cool.
Anyway,
all right. We talked about coffee. We talked about the Browns. That's a good place for us to take a break. We're going to take a break right now, and then we'll be back to discuss some music. All right, and we're back. So, as we mentioned before, we did go to Nashville and experience this year's Summer NAMM 2021. And for those of you who don't know, NAMM is something that happens twice a year. Usually it's once in Anaheim and once in Nashville. And it's a place for everybody that is in the music business and the music industry that has, products, artists, endorsers, all that stuff to come together and share new things on the market. There's educational seminars. There's all kinds of products. It's a whole big convention. And it's a really great thing because it allows all of us that are in the same industry to get together and share and meet and network and things like that. So last year, of course, the whole thing was shut down by the pandemic, and we had to miss that year. And we were very fortunate that this year things opened back up. Nashville went through the hard work of getting ready in the Music City Center, sanitizing and putting up new protocols and things like that to make it safe for everyone. And so we were able to go, and we're going to talk about it now. So what did you guys think of the show?
Okay, so this okay, go ahead.
Off and running.
I know I'm chomping at the bit because I brought a bag of stuff from NAMM so we could show like new products.
Before you get to that,
okay, I'm sorry.
We didn't know what to expect, but by the app, there was not as many vendors as there normally is. The educational sessions seemed like they could have been a lot more informative and creative than they were. And it looked like there's not the usual vendors we see year after year were not there, or we're not planning to be there. So it was kind of like, okay, I got to deal with it's going to be more subdued. They took up the carpet in the whole building. They spread everybody out pretty distant, so it was really good as far as that goes. I didn't see anybody that was like, looking like they were going to infect somebody. There was one guy that was demonstrating a drum set who couldn't get through a sentence without coughing, and he didn't have a mask on, and you're 3 feet away from him, and your head's going, because like, man, I hope you're not sick, because like you just wiped us all out, And then he's like playing the drums, and he goes, "You want to try?" And he gives you the drumstick.
No, thanks.
You got an autoclave,
Well, he was really trying not to cough. I felt so bad because his eyes.
Well, I felt bad for him too because he's a salesman. You can see he was like a thoroughbred racehorse charging, man.
He needed some water.
He did, I think, So,
no, but that was it. So, all in all, though, it was
a good show.
I
think we had fun.
It was really,
it was nice.
On the way up there, we drove, and so 8-hour drive turned into a 9-hour drive, which I could handle that. We were standstill traffic in the heat for a while, but it's not that bad. It was a lot of people on the road. Like the word got out, this is the time to get in your car and go to Nashville.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way back was a 10-hour drive, and it was just
more. I don't even know. I lost track.
Yeah. It was, people were smoking crack on that road, because they were passing you on the right, passing you on the left, weaving in and out. It was NASCAR.
It was bad.
And it was just, and then you think, well, I'll cut off 65 and take 91. It's a backwoods road. It's usually, when we do that, it's more country. It's beautiful driving through Alabama.
But everyone has the app now, so everone was.
That was the thing. That everybody had the same
two-lane highway.
Yeah, so it was worse because now you're a foot apart from people doing 70.
Yeah.
And up and down the hills, and around the turns, and all that, and the mountains, and all that stuff. And it was probably more harrowing than the highway.
So, musically speaking,
I'm just saying that because when I got home.
Oh yeah.
We needed a day to chill.
Yeah, it took a whole 24 hours to decompress from that drive, man. That was just really hairy.
Well, and it was funny because we were talking about how it probably wouldn't have been any better for us to fly.
I know, yeah. You got the TSA, and then you got these idiots starting fights on the plane. Lord knows what I'd do if somebody started a fight on a plane I'm on. I mean, I don't,
No, it would not be good. So yeah, traveling is always a pain, but I think that I felt like there were a lot of good things that we got out of going to NAMM. Just being there in Nashville. I was telling you guys I just love Nashville so much, and it's such a cool city, and there's just so many things. But so much of NAMM it's not always about the stuff and the products. It's all about the people that we meet.
Yes,
and I think that was something that just different. People in the business, some people that own their own businesses, people that are like us, that are teaching music lessons, you know, you never know who you're going to connect with.
Well, I want to do 2 shout-outs, actually 3, but two main shout-outs, because we met years ago. We met Matt Dupuy, who's a songwriter and musician, and we've remained friends with him for, I don't know, what?
It's been about 5 years.
Yeah. And so we see him every year when we go there, and that's always really great, because it's great just to have a friend that you feel, you know, that camaraderie.
Met him at Bar Lines off of Representative John Lewis Way. You got to check it out. It's a great restaurant.
And so this year we met a new friend, and his name is Logan Garner, and he's also a songwriter and a musician. He told us first that he was a drummer. Yes. Then he asked about guitars, and then we started following on Instagram, and he writes songs, and so it's kind of neat now, because now we have another young friend that's a up and coming songwriter that is from Nashville. So I think
we had some good discussions too. You know, talking about writing music and stuff, and you know, specifically writing music from the perspective of a percussionist, a drummer. You know. I think it was cool.
And he knew his whiskey, and that was
that was the main thing that sold them to us.
That was definitely a plus. So that was fun.
Because it was the smoky martini that was blowing all the other ones' minds. They couldn't figure it out, and he's smoky martini, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
So it was
good. Really good. Well, we got to take a picture with our friend Joe Lamont.
Yes, that was the 3rd shout out. Very good.
The president of NAMM.
Very good.
Very hardworking guy.
And all these years, you know, we've been going to NAMM since '99. Yeah. And we've really never stopped and talked with Joe Lamont. I don't know if
we did the casual wave thing and all that, but
this time we kind of introduced ourselves and spoke and got a picture and talked to him
really
for a while.
Gracious, you know.
He was.
And that's what impressed me, was he just really appreciated that we'd been a member of NAMM all these years,
right? And come to all these shows.
Boy, he was looking like he was feeling all the stress of putting this thing on.
Oh, I can't imagine. Yeah.
He did it.
A lot of work. I thought it was good. I thought it was, you know, nice. So we met somebody else. I don't remember his name, but he was from this.
What was that guy's name from Jack Trip?
Yeah,
I don't know his name, but that was really cool. So we have T-shirts. There's a T-shirt. There's my face. Okay, so that was one. But
tell us what his product was.
Well, this was essentially a software that operates with, you know, right now it's operating with a specific piece of hardware. And eventually they want to get it to the point where you can just log in on your computer. And, it's cloud-based and you don't need the hardware. But it was basically a way to allow people to play together at the same time in a virtual setting. So
there wouldn't be as much lag. He said there still would be some lag, but not as much as what we
call it that latency. You guys have heard about that? Yeah. So that idea that, you know, by the time I say something on my end and it gets processed and comes to you, it's several seconds behind usually. And if we're trying to play together at the same time, it ends up becoming an issue.
I kind of have fun with it because, like, they have a metronome and it's clicking on their end.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I find it's a half beat off.
Yeah, a lot of times.
So then I just start playing a half beat off, and they're hearing it perfectly with the metronome. You know,
that's cool. I thought I was the only one that.
No, I started doing that too. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, because you can usually time it, but no, he. It was more than the product, really, than the gentleman that his passion for music, kids. And he was very excited about the things that Josh had done the last year through the pandemic with his choir, and he was like tearing up. I mean, he had that same passion.
It was a big deal that, you know, we creating music as a community with people that are not professionals. Like, they don't do music as their profession, right? You know, because it is for everyone, and if we don't continue to encourage people to do that, it dies out. You know, it's just like anything else. I mean, of course we have professions, but, you know, people still, like, there are professional basketball players, but people still like to shoot hoops.
There you go. You know That's why I say sing, 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 sing. Yeah. Just everybody should sing. You don't have to be a professional singer, but you should sing in the car, in the shower.
That's the point of having community groups, is that you encourage people to do that. You encourage them to play or sing or you know, participate in music, and it can be a really big deal, you know, for the community and for just, you know, music in general. And everybody tends to benefit from that. Teachers benefit, programs benefit, the community benefits, you know. And when the pandemic hit, then All right, what are you rattling?
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Because I'm hearing it.
Okay,
in
I'm
the
sorry. I'm trying to. Okay,
yeah.
I'm bringing it out. Hey,
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Sorry.
But the point is that when the pandemic hit, then the people couldn't connect, right? We couldn't get together now and participate in community music environments. So being able to find a way where people could make music from all over the world is really important, and it's a really big deal.
I think great.
The biggest thing was to me was just his passion for wanting to teach kids. He was so excited to hear that we taught lessons, and and he was just, oh my God, forget everybody else.
I know he did.
And he
really
just focused on us, and
he
was just a great guy.
I think that's the stuff we love about NAMM, is meeting people that are like-minded, that are passionate, and share that passion for teaching and for education.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the most exciting things. Really.
Well, because you have people like this guy that this has been his world, for so long, and then when he connects with people that get it, it's like,
because I can imagine a lot of people just you start talking latency and they're like, and they just
even the community music thing, because how many people say stuff like, I'm not good at music, or I'm tone deaf, and we hear that all the time, and it's always funny with that, because if you really are tone deaf, you don't know. Yes. So that's if you're not tone deaf because you're telling us you're tone deaf. So you
flunked the test.
That's it. Exactly. So but I mean, that's the thing, is I think a lot of people, just this idea of everybody can do music, everybody can participate in music is not a concept that the majority of the population shares. And so when he connects with people like us who fully agree with that and fully believe that, we resonate.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
What you got there?
Okay, so he wasn't the only one somebody that was passionate. We met some people at the one booth that was a nonprofit called keepmusicalive.org, and I bought this book, which is got a lot of inspirational stories, 88 ways music can change your life. Inspirational stories.
That's the title of the book?
Yes, and quotes from around the world. And so it's kind of set up in a way where you don't have to read it from cover to cover. It has chapters about music education, and but the main thing that they were promoting was World Kids Music Day, which is the first Friday in October, so I have to look it up again. But it's kind of an exciting thing that I'm hoping we will maybe participate in. And they gave some, on the website, they gave some ideas of things you could do to encourage kids to get involved with music, and not just public school music, but of course, what we do in teaching private lessons, and just encouraging kids to enjoy music just the same like we were just talking. Do it. Have fun. Community music, music petting zoos where they can try out instruments and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that, we want to look into that, World Kids Music Day, which is in October. So I was excited.
That's in October, okay.
Yes, and I'm excited about this book. It has a lot of famous people that wrote little anecdotes and stories about how music changed their life. Because we know it does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really exciting. So
awesome.
So that was fun. That was exciting, too.
Yeah.
Did you want me to pull something else out and rattle?
Yeah, what else you got?
Okay, so this was...
Oh, man.
Okay.
My lovely wife...
Oh, jeez.
...couldn't do this thing to save her life. This little toy rocket thing.
Yeah, I still can't.
It's absolutely I think I need to get big shoes with braces on them for her.
I know, I can't.
Special
I'm
classes.
not a boy.
She's just never done the rubber band
thing. You pull the band back, and you let it go, and rocket flies across the room.
But that's what I do. I pull it back and let it go, and it hits me. It doesn't go.
You're supposed to let go of the rubber band.
Let go of the rubber band.
Yes. So we did get
good thing
from
it's not casting a fishing rod.
I know.
Oh my God.
We'd all have hooks in our head.
I know.
This company was Podium, and they had those, and they had hats, and they had 2 different kinds of T-shirts. We got a lot of stuff and information from them. It was an online music business platform.
This is going to be fun, though, because we a lot of times when we collect swag from all of these companies, when we do recitals, in between setting up for different acts, we'll do giveaways.
We throw things at them. No, we don't.
We'll be shooting
Mom will be up
that.
there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whoever gets
their
this.
catch.
I was going to give this to one of our families that has a boy and a girl, and I thought that was not a good idea. So I decided not to because I thought the parents would kill us. But that I did bring that. That was fun to bring. We had This Is What Won Best of Show, which is called the Guitar Pillow.
All right, before you go,
so
getting on your rant
there
here.
We
okay?
go. Here we have
so you got to understand what this is. All right. So the idea is that
we should have had a guitar
and
here.
We're on a podcast, so I need to explain. Okay.
Yes.
So this is a piece of foam with a
foam
Velcro strap around it, and the idea is that you strap this to the head of your guitar, and it's flat on one side.
You strap it to the top of the neck.
It shows it on the head.
Okay, well, all right.
So you put it on the according to the diagram. And
yes. Well, I don't read diagrams.
You strap it on your head, so then that way you can lean it against the wall and it won't move. And they had like a fake wall set up with the guitars, and she said try, and she put it up against it, and I moved it back and forth, and it doesn't. It connects to the wall, and it doesn't move. And then what they are billing it as is you just leave it on your guitar the whole time, and you don't take it off. Because that way, when you're done playing, you can just lean it up against the wall.
You put that on your guitar, somebody's going to think you're Jerry's kid.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't appeal to me. It's gray. It looks kind of ugly, but
probably cost maybe 3 cents in materials.
Yeah.
Dad said that I definitely opened up the door to controversy by bringing this up. But
my apologies to the inventor and the company and all that, but this is like insulting my intelligence. Well, and I think if this would have been a normal NAMM with the amount of people that normally show up, they wouldn't have got noticed or anything. The lady was a great saleswoman.
She was great because we got three of
that's
those.
Probably why it won is because the people selling it were awesome.
Very good.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a common problem that people have, and this is the thing. We see this all the time when we go to NAMM. There's always people trying to solve common problems, and sometimes it's great, sometimes it's way overthinking. And one of the common problems is people take their guitar off, they don't want to put it in the case, the stand is across the room or whatever, or they're on stage and they didn't bring the stand up or whatever, and they just want to lean it against the wall real quick, or they lean it against something and then it falls. I can't tell you how many times I've seen students get up and we have round drum thrones and they lean it against the drum throne.
Yeah, well, that's not going to help.
And that was the thing to me that got me. I was like, well, see, that's the problem. I see people leaning it against tables, leaning it against amps, like that. I don't think this is going to work for any of that.
My problem with it is even like looking here, we're in Josh's apartment, and I look around and there's no wall space. I mean, most people, very little.
Yeah.
And it's not where you're playing the guitar.
No, you'd still have to get off your lazy butt and walk over to the wall.
To the wall. So
why not walk over to either the wall hanger or the stand?
Well, so...
Peak makes those great little stands that are also wall hangers.
I do. I got one right there.
And those are a lot
you can put it right next to you.
Yes.
Plunk,
so maybe for some people
what does that do?
Work.
Well, somebody liked it somewhere, so, and I wish all the best to the people that make this, but not the product for us. No. But that's okay because...
we bought this one.
And they'll probably be millionaires.
I know, right?
They might really take off because it doesn't, they'll probably be
right.
on...
It's going to be...
All right, next on the agenda here is the...
Music Light.
Music Light, which is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a guitar wall mount that has a light underneath it, and there's a little switch on the side you can turn it off and on. But if you're displaying one of your guitars, you turn that light on, it just
kind of glows.
Halos your guitar, like in this instance with a red light, which is really appealing. It catches your eye the minute you walk in your room. You go, oh, wow, what's that?
That, I really thought, there are so many people that are collectors. They're guitar collectors.
I mean, that's a big not even thing. A collector. Look, that's just cool.
It's
okay,
cool.
Come on. Like cool. If I can hang my guitar on the wall, first of all, a lot of times you know we see so many people now that are doing Zoom calls that don't even play the guitar, but they have it hanging up behind them because it looks cool on the meeting, right?
You're right.
This is awesome. Because I mean that it would just make it look so much better hanging up there. It pops, nice. Absolutely, and definitely as a collector you can get
send one to Conan.
Yeah, I know, right? But he can actually play though.
I know he can.
He really can
it's
play.
It's just that when he has Slash playing behind the curtain.
I know. No, but I've actually seen he really can play, and he always jokes that I'm not that good. Or what. No, he actually can play.
Yes, I've seen that.
But we like
they
that.
come
we
in.
Put it up.
The music light comes in
blue,
yellow, blue, red, and green, and so we got the red one, and we got one of our Recording King guitars for sale up there on the wall with the red LED lights, and it looks awesome. So thank you, Music Light, and that is music with a Z.
Yeah,
very good.
So that was kind of cool. These were some new guitar strings by Cleartone, and we got some samples, so they're going to try them out. There's some
check them out.
Coated guitar strings made in California, and another kind of a quote-unquote mom and pop, but
I like the owner because
he was really passionate.
The guy that worked in the shop, he wasn't so much helpful, but the owner was like, look, let me give you a bunch of samples. You try it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, fine. But if you do, then hey, you got some new strings,
Well, and according to him, they were founded by one of the Everly brothers.
Yes.
And apparently they've been around for a really long time. It's just they were making strings for everybody else, and so now they're kind of their own company now. Cleartone.
We're going to try them out.
Guitar strings. And it was really cool.
They were nice and they were passionate. I mean, that main one guy, the other guy was just kind of quiet.
Well, he was passionate too because he's the one that's sitting there making them. He was just kind of shy. But
what kind of string you want? I'll make any string you want.
That's it.
Whoa, man! How cool is that?
It was
they
cool.
do
you
custom
tell him
packs.
What gauge or how you want it wound. He'll do anything you want. That was awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So I'm kind of excited to try them out. So we'll have to do another podcast where we
see how
they
are.
How they turned out. Yeah, that's it.
So this was a T-shirt from Teton Guitars. We also looked at some Teton guitars.
Good guitars.
And we got
we
got some T-shirts. Looks like that'll fit me.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's a medium. But I'll take that one. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I was at Teton Guitars, all solid.
Solid body.
Yeah, there we go.
There were some really pretty ones. The one was red. It was gorgeous. It was like a sunburst.
Well, and I like the fact that they have some that they're offering on an entry level too, because for us, a lot of times we deal with beginning students, and we want to make sure that they get set up with an instrument that's going to last them for a while. And so, starting with the Teton guitar. Looks like that's the case because, I mean, it's going to be something that it always gets better. The solid guitars always get better over time. The tone mellows out, and so it's something that you can enjoy for years and years to come, and it doesn't break the bank. So.
Okay, now we neglected to mention one of the highlights of our trip to Nashville was to go to Quaver USA.
Oh, yes. I didn't bring any Quaver
and
stuff.
see the genius behind this operation,
several geniuses.
That's what I meant. It was
let's explain
genius used for a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, let's explain to everyone. So Quaver Ed, it used to be Quaver's Marvelous World of Music, and it was basically, it started out as a series of episodes, like DVD episodes, and there was a website component that had games for kids, but it was all educational and
music.
He broke down the complexity of music theory so that school kids could understand it.
He's kind of like the Bill Nye of music.
There you go.
I was explaining that to somebody. I was like, because it was like if you took Bill Nye and Miss Frizzle and put them together.
There you go.
And you got
and throw a little Gordon Ramsay in there.
That's it.
I see that element.
Yeah, because it is. It's
a
very,
music stew.
Yeah.
There you go. And all of that makes up Graham Hepburn, who is Quaver. Yes. So shout out to Graham.
Yeah.
He's a marvelous music teacher. Always thirsty to learn more. We've seen him take this company because we've known him since it started. and grow it into a city block of buildings and worldwide domination, and they're coming for you.
Well, and that because it's not just music education now. They have SEL, and they have a whole SEL.
It's going into movement and physical activity,
health now,
health and phys ed.
Awesome,
yes.
awesome. He's so inspiring.
He's very inspiring.
I get blown away. I don't even have words. I just sit there and just trying to take all this stuff he's talking about.
But I like to think that we inspired Quaver too, because he always gives us so much time and attention.
Oh yeah,
and really listens to us as music educators.
Well, that's the thing.
That's what I love.
Yeah, that was the thing I wanted to touch on too when you started talking about Graham and what Quaver does and stuff. I think that there's a lot of people that they know the buzzwords. They'll say things like I'm a servant leader, and stuff like that. And if you have to say that, first of all, I don't really know how it tracks from what it is, because I've never heard Graham ever say that, but I think that you just meet Graham.
Embodies that.
He embodies that, right?
The whole organization is a family.
Yes.
It's really incredible because from
the
lady that greets you at the door,
yes.
Everybody feels like they contribute to the success of the organization, and they thrive on creative ideas. And Otto, he's from another planet.
Yeah, he's awesome. Otto Gross, he's one of their producers and composers. And
when I got back, I looked him up on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy, he's creative with Quaver. Just the times we've met him in the past and talked to him and stuff, he blows me away too. And like this time, showing that new aspect of the
new spirituals,
songs and stuff.
It was just incredible, man. Just incredible.
It was great.
But when you watch him on Instagram, like he comes up with
he does a ditty of the day. Otto's ditty of the day.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you do that? And it's not the same.
It's a found sound. He'll just
he had one with his wallet. He was flapping his wallet.
Well, see, that's why he was all excited when he saw your video, because that just like totally
and he was out there with some bones on.
That's what we're going to see next. Otto, you're going to be using bones now in your next ditty of the day. Yeah, there you go.
But it was great. It was great to see them all. They gave us a lot of time and attention, and it was. But you were saying about them as a family, and Graham and Dave, who's the owner of Quaver as well. They do a lot of things. They do a ping pong tournament among the employees. They're doing
a video
contest now that they're all, each department is working on a special video, and they do these things amongst themselves that makes it so fun. It really builds that relationship, just like Stefanski and the football team, and just like capturing kids' hearts.
I think that'll be the next thing for Quaver. He'll be going into football teams.
That'll be the thing, right? It'll turn your organization around.
That's it.
Yeah, well, it was great. And once again, just like we were saying, when we connect with people that are like-minded and they share that same passion, there's something just so refreshing about that.
Yes,
because not everybody gets it, and I like to think that I don't like to think, I know we are successful in what we do in teaching people and and sharing our passion for music. We see that rubs off on people, and that's great and that's good, and that's what we continue to do. But when you got somebody who really gets it, like you're coming at it from the same angle, it really is.
It's special.
It's very special. It's harmonizing. It really is.
It encouraged. This is why we go to NAMM, really, and we come back refreshed and encouraged.
Yeah.
And we want to keep going and keep teaching, and we love what we do, and it's great to find other people that love what they do, and then you get like a boost to go out there and keep going, and it's needed. So last year it was rough not having NAMM.
Yes.
But this year was, it was really nice to be able to go and
considering
get that
it was kind of scaled back. It was just as much a success as many of the trips we've made in the past over all these years.
Well, I hope that
I got charged up. I mean,
I definitely hope they continue, and I'd like to see next year. Things kind of start to return a little bit more back to normal.
Yes.
Then we see more people out there, promoting their products and stuff, and it'd be really good. So. All right, well, that looks like a good place for us to wrap it up. So this has been Coffee with the Kays. This was episode 10, jam-packed, lots of stuff for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, so you can see more episodes of Coffee with the Kays. If you are listening to us in podcast form, however you are listening, make sure that you subscribe and leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing.
We have to mention these
we have our new shirts on.
Oh, yes.
We got
our embroidered Ron Katie's
I meant to shout out, this is the company is Stitches by Pam.
yes.
So
Wonderful
Pamela
work.
Wade, she has a company, and she's done our shirts for years, and we have some new ones, and we thank you, Pam. Stitches by Pam.
Stitches by Pam, very good, awesome. All right, the music that you heard in the intro and outro is by this guy right here, Ron Kaye, on his album K-Struction. He also has a single, 2 minutes of time, 2 minutes of your time. And it is only it's actually a little bit less than 2 minutes.
Like
1 minute, 59 seconds. He's going to hold me accountable.
No,
that's it, scrap it, go back,
saying,
give me my second.
I want that extra second, okay? You know, that cymbal could have rung out a little bit longer, all right? But yes, 2 minutes of your time. It's a great blues song, so be sure to check that out everywhere. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. And we appreciate your time. We will see you next time on Coffee with the Kays.